Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Today we got some mail. We got 3 letters. One from Diva, Space Lovin' Rambler. It's nice getting a chance to see where you live. It's easy to walk around in. I'll give you that. Don't you ever wish you had more furniture? You should at least have one of these. If you ask me, glad we hung it. I swear if it's another garbage can. Thank you for always kindly buying my turnips. Freshly picked bamboo shoots. And from Simon, I was looking for a piece of candy I dropped under my bed and found this. It was hard as a rock. Pretty sure it's not the candy I dropped. Unless it turns out to be a toffee bar. Then I want this back. What does he think might be a toffee bar? I need to know. Yeah, it's no toffee bar. There are bamboo shoots. And Diva gives us a throwback wrestling figure. You know, I mean, I used to watch wrestling when I was a lot younger. Which, like, I kind of stopped watching it, partially just simply because, like, we didn't have TVs. Like, I couldn't tune in to watch wrestling. But also, like, it basically was a case of so many of the personalities that I liked were leaving, or, you know, not on TV very often when TV was there, or, you know. So, yeah. More or less just kind of stopped watching because of that. Which, I mean, that's just the realities of wrestling. Fun fact about me, I actually wanted to be a wrestler when I was younger. Glad I didn't, because, like, it seems like it would hurt. I mean, like, I've still had that thought pop into my head every now and again of, like, man, you know, it would be kind of cool, but at the same time, it seems like it would hurt, and, like, at this point, I'm probably near enough to too old. Like, there's other sports fields that I could probably, like, if I really wanted to get into something sports-related. Oh, Caroline be thinking. Oh, Rambler. It's perfect timing. You know our secret greeting is Peanut. Well, I was wondering if we could come up with something better. No free thoughts? Yeah, I could try to come up with something. Alright, so we're doing Peanut, which is adorable. I don't know how to spell this, like, at all. So, okay. It'll be cashew. Let's give it a try. Cashew. Sounds right to me. Watch that not actually be the right spelling, even though that's what DuckDuckGo is telling me. Let's both remember to always say cashew. But, yeah, there's other sports fields at the age I'm at that I could probably get into if I actually wanted to, and I wouldn't be, you know, effectively too old. Like, when it comes to, like, a really physical thing like professional wrestling, like, the outcome might be scripted, but the bumps you're taking aren't. You know, what I mean is, like, gravity is not fakeable, you know. One check. It was a bizarre dream last night, like, real bizarre. Get this. It was the last show of the promotion tour for our brand new techno album, Squeak. We'd already played 55 encores and the crowd still wanted more, but we had nothing left to play. We'd gone through every back catalog and the B-sides and just jammed. So we started a cooking show. we made like sauerkraut and frozen custard and stuff. And suddenly it's the last show to promote our new cookbook, but the crowd's still hungry after 15 courses. Then I woke up with a major itch to cook, like 30 servings of shrimp risotto. What a dream. Definitely sounds like it. But like, you kind of need to like build up your body to handle all of the bumps you're taking when you're younger, so that, you know, you don't basically like seriously injure yourself. Let's pop in and see Naomi. My nose is really itchy. Naomi do cooking. Well, it certainly seems that someone is interested in my culinary prowess, Mula. What you making? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm making some mixed fruits pie. It's quite trivial if you have the recipe, Mula. Oh, how silly of me. I could just offer you the recipe. You good? Thank you. Now, if you already know that recipe, you can feel free to share it with someone else. Just tell them you got it from me, won't you? Do I already know it? I don't know if I already know it or not. I already know it. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I'll tell the Nooklings I got it from you. Yeah, in completely unrelated ramblings. I have storage space on my computer again. It's nice. Let's chat, my man. Just wondering if I'd run into you. Guess it means I was thinking about you. Lucky me. Unlucky me. But yeah, with the whole, like, SSD fiasco, we had the, basically, what became an extra 2 terabyte SSD kicking around. Which, my older sister was like, alright, do whatever you want to do with it. And I'm like, well, okay, do you want me to put it in your computer? And it's like, no. And she's like, well, I haven't even used all the space on my computer yet, and I've got a lot of space. It's like, okay, but that doesn't help me any. Do you want it? No. It's like, okay. And like, there's no other computer to really put it in here, so it's like, alright, I guess I'll put it in mine. I didn't really want to do that, but I guess I'll do it. So I've got an extra 2 terabytes of space, though technically it's like 1.8 terabytes, but that's because that's how storage works. Our cilantro is going bad. It's a medicine bad. Lick this dang cold. Shouldn't lick colds. I know what he means. Like, I know that slang, but still, you shouldn't lick colds. You beat them up. That's what you do with them. But, yeah. So I have a couple games installed that I'll probably play at today once I'm done all the work I need to do today. I mean, I need to, like, more firmly plan out the next, like, couple episodes of Julep so I know for sure what I'm recording before I get into it. Chloe spot. Yep, there goes my shovel. Which I need to record. So, like, I literally need to plan out what I'm about to record before I record it. And I need to get it recorded because, well, that's how recording works. I also just noticed, because I can see my task manager right now, recording, the way I record, uses 6 of my 8 cores. There's 2 of them that are just not really doing much. Okay. That's weird. Whatever, computer. But yeah, I installed Phantasy Star Online 2 because that's probably what I'm going to get into playing after I finish up with Final Fantasy. And I might honestly start playing at it before then, just as the compare and contrast kind of thing. You know, here's what 14 could be like. Especially because, like, both MMOs are made by big companies. Yeah. Now my nose is kind of running. That's no good. Like, Phantasy Star is Sega, while Final Fantasy is Square Enix. So, they're both big companies. And quite honestly, I would say Phantasy Star Online 2 gets a fair bit more love than Final Fantasy does from its respective owner. Like, apparently, and I say apparently because I've never read or seen these clips myself, like read articles or seen clips, but apparently the developer behind Final Fantasy XIV has basically openly admitted that, like, yes, some of the parts of the game aren't great. They're not his best work. They're, you know, other moments he really wishes that, you know, they had more budget for. And it's like, really, Square is a multi-million-dollar company. Final Fantasy XIV is a multi-million-dollar revenue source for Square Enix. Why would they not give it budget for doing things? That just seems silly. Meanwhile, like, Phantasy Star has been running for longer, bringing in, you know, that basically started as a Japan-only game that eventually became worldwide, mostly just because people were that interested in it. Morning's neat. I mean, not really, but it's also almost the afternoon. I overslept a little today, but that's cool. Gave the bugs in my house some extra quiet time. Speaking of that, I really need to, like, go and I know where the final fossil is, so I should just go down and get it. And then go get these identified, then go check turnip prices, because we don't have the most amount of time before the afternoon, so. But, like, there is definitely a lot of things about Phantasy Star Online 2 that I'm still learning about. You know, back when I played it, you know, most of what you did for figuring out what anything was you would turn to Google, because, you know, a lot of the stuff from the tweaker was not actually fully translated or even properly translated in most instances. So you basically had to figure things out by going to Google and seeing what other people were saying on how to do this, where to find that, you know, what this quest is even saying. But that's just the thing when you're playing a game that is basically being translated by a mod, which is the tweaker. Basically made it so you could play it from outside of Japan. They did multiple times attempt to basically stop people from playing from outside Japan. I actually wonder if the tweaker is still a thing. I remember for a while when the game first came out globally. Yeah, I want to talk with you about that. Nobody should be up this early, but if you have to be, at least do it right with a cup of Brewster's Best. That's fair. Good to see you again. Good to see you too, Wilbur. I mean, it is like almost noon, Diva, but I do agree no one should be awake this early. Quite honestly, like, if I didn't need to be awake during the day, I just wouldn't be. And, like, also if, like, having my Switch's clock half a day ahead and recording basically half a day ahead kind of thing didn't give me such anxiety, I'd probably just I would have continued recording like that. Because, like, going the full day and a half, I felt like I was way too far ahead of where you guys were seeing. Because basically, I'd be recording basically 2 days ahead of time. I'd be recording... I would have had... Blah. I basically had, like, you know, the next... I would already have had the next day edited, uploaded. And I'd be recording the next day before that video even went live. So if there was anything I'm like, hey, I want to get you guys' opinion on that, I'd have to wait like 2 days to even get your opinions on something. Pinky! Shopping, Steven? I love window shopping here. And regular shopping too. Let's chat. Present cute accessories and sparkly knickknacks gets me so hyped. It's like someday I'll be on stage singing, dancing, wearing sparkly stuff just like this. Makes me feel so imminently famous. So way down deep inside. Took me a second to realize what that word even was. Alright, first things first, turnip prices. 120. Okay, so this could be an amazing week. That could also be the best price we see all week. I have no way of knowing at this moment. But for now, I shall hold. I mean, I could make an almost 30 bell profit per turnip. That's not bad, but... But yeah, another game that I installed, that's a weed, that I've been basically meaning to get back to playing is Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Like, Mountain Blade Warband is really good. And from what I had played of Bannerlord, it's also pretty good. Like, Mountain Blade in general is one of those game series where, like, it mixes so many genres into one big game. Because in a way, it's grand strategy, it's city management, it's army management, it's command RTS style, you know. It meshes so many here's our bottle. Genres into one game. And it does it so well. To whoever found this, I really wanted to make an item as like an homage to my favorite pop star and came up with this recipe. I wanted to share it with someone, so I threw it in a bottle. You have to make it. From Maddie, a creative. It's a log round table. I could see that. Pop stars like using big props, and like they could have used like a big log round table for like a dramatic scene that would make someone like. I mean, as long as the table is unique, someone's gonna make it. Like, even if it's not unique, people are gonna find the original, and you know, that's just how fans work. Like. Basically, if there is a movie prop or TV prop or even, like, musician's prop, it probably has someone who replicates it. Simon! Heard that someone from Any Isle designed this. Pretty neat. April tells me you've been helping her out, modeling outfits and such. Means a lot to all of us, means a lot to all of us, you do so much for our little family. Thanks so much, Steve. Aww. Alright, what we got today, girls? What do we got today? I do like my, ooh, trench coats, but none of them are black. I need a black trench coat. Yes. Punk boy. Yes. A blurt. Ah, yes. I do kind of like the physics to the dresses. You know what? Why not? And let's, yep. These work. You know, those socks actually kind of just work, so I think I'll just keep those. Actually, heck yeah. Wait, yeah. Heck yeah. Yes, I'll wear it out. I have no issues with this. But yeah, there's also definitely other games that, like, I've been wanting to install or reinstall. So, this gives me room to do it. Because, like, I've basically been sitting here racking my brain on, like, how am I even going to move on to, like, Phantasy Star after I'm done with Final Fantasy. Good morning. I'm here's hoping it'll be a good day, Snorty. Should be. Stop by for a chat. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me. Aww. I always want to check in with people, and then, like, the doubt starts filling my brain of, like, they probably don't even want to hear from me, so I just don't. It's a real problem. I need to get better about that, but, like, there's some people I want to check in on that probably just don't want to hear from me, so. Yep, I see Ed thinking back there. He maybe wants to move. I see you thinking, Ed. What's going on, man? Can't justify having more than one thread-worn sweater. I don't want your sweater. I'm going to be selling it. You haven't done anything for me. You literally just gave me a used sweater with worn threads. That's not doing something for me, man. That's giving me your junk. Hold on, Leaf. Hold on, Leaf. 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 Where did that butterfly go? There it is. This is money. Queen Alexandria's birdwing. Alright, Leaf. I'm back. I know I missed going over your entire dialogue, but I'm so happy to see you again. What can I do for you? Oh yes, I'd love to introduce you to all the little seeds and start. Egg. I kind of want to get some hydrangeas. But I also kind of want to finish the remaining houses we've got. So I think it's only like... It's Ed's house and... Ed, Weber, and Simon's houses do not have anything yet. And then there's the one extra house that I've yet to build. I'll buy the hydrangeas just so I have them. I just need to remember I need 11. So I think I'll just buy 15. But yeah, like... Mostly because, like, I think I made mention of, like, Phantasy Star is, like, good, like, 100 gigs. It's actually smaller than it used to be. Which tells me they learned how to compress some stuff, which is great. Good job, Sega. You did it. Because I know it used to be bigger. But, and, like, I tend to keep around 300 gigabytes free on my, like, my main drive. That is, like, the point I will start poking through and be like, right, I need to start, like, moving some raw footage around or, you know, deleting finished videos. I basically, like, I keep a backup of the raw footage with basically... My mentality around this is... I'll keep the raw footage in case I ever really want to, like, reference back to something and I don't feel like going and downloading the video from YouTube. But for the most part, if I really want to reference something, I'm probably just going to download it from YouTube anyway, which is why I don't keep the finished videos around. And if my channel suddenly gets deleted, well, what am I referencing? Everything's gone. You know? So, I know, like, I could, in theory, at that point, like, start, like, re-uploading and make a new channel, and it's like, yeah, but technically that is ban evasion. If your account has been terminated, you're not allowed to make a new one. At least you're not supposed to. So, if this YouTube channel ever goes anywhere, I'll probably just move to, like, complete just Twitch streaming. Like, just because, like, I need the thing to keep myself busy. I mean, I'll definitely, you know, I'll try to recover this account if it ever goes anywhere, because I've not done anything to justify ever having my account taken down, so... Ooh, 68 bells. Okay, so that was an immediate dip. That might be the only good price I see all week. That could be a problem. I also really want to just fish today. I almost need to go through my Steam library at some point and just, like, separate all of the games that I literally cannot play anymore into their own little category. Because, like, there's a lot of games that, I would buy for my ex that, I would then also buy for myself because they were basically mandatory co-op games. Things like, Fogs, where you basically play as a two-headed dog. Both players control a head of the dog, and you do silly little tasks. It was really fun. And, like, I would buy stuff like that because it's like, well, you know, we're looking for things to play together. This looks cute. Let's give it a play. And then we generally play it once, never play it again, or we would play it once, and then I would see her playing it with, like, other people, you know. And it's like, okay. And me being dumb, I would keep buying her stuff. I should have stopped, like, years and years and years ago. But, like, yeah, me dumb. But also, at, like, the same time, like, I almost want to say that, like, my love language is giving gifts. So it's like, yeah. Man, now I'm making myself sad. Man, just looking over at my Steam library, I need to play MapleStory some more. I heard a while back they basically have split development of that game to the point where the worldwide and Korean versions are now no longer synced. Which might sound like a bad thing. A nibblefish. The thing of it, I could use a bite. Eats the fish. Might sound like a bad thing, but at least with how it was described, the reason they did it was because the player bases of both wanted different things. So Nexon was like, alright, well, worldwide players want this, Korean players want that, so let's give both of them what they want in their own versions of the game, so that, you know, we don't have any problems. Because, like, you know, there is quite the... Ed, I am not wearing your sweater. It is getting sold. Like, I've completely lost my train of thought. That sweater killed my train of thought. There is quite a mentality shift between, like, Korean MMO players and the rest of the world. Like, is that a new bug? I certainly don't remember a blue bug like this. It is new. But a Rosalia Bitsy beetle. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do than say. I have no idea if I even said that remotely correctly. But, like, Korean MMO players absolutely love grind fests. Like, they will gladly take, you know, a 1,000,000-hour grind to get ready to do the next 1,000,000-hour grind. You know, meanwhile, a lot of other MMO players, they want to actually do enjoyable content that can also include grinding, but it needs to not take absolutely forever. I would honestly say I'm a pretty good example of the standard worldwide MMO player in the way that, like, I don't mind a little grind in my games. What I mind is when that grind feels like it is taking way too long. I know I talk about this a lot, but Final Fantasy XIV is a prime example of this. Like, when I jumped, I think it was 6 levels in 5.5 hours. That is taking a little too long. I mean, and that is with the game giving an experience bonus for me having a higher level character that is literally doubling my experience gain. Which is basically a case of, if, you know, the level grinding I'm doing was my first character, it would be taking twice as long. And that experience boost isn't going to always be there either. From Googling it, well, ducking it, from ducking it, that boost stops at level 70. My levels also stop at level 70, so, you know. But that means if the content expands from 70 to 80, if that leveling if the boosted experience doesn't also go with it, then, yeah, I don't know what I would do. I think at that point, I would stop playing other classes. But also, like, from everything I understand, experience gets easier the higher level you are. Like, I can't confirm or deny that. I am not stupidly high level. Like, apparently, basically from level 60 onwards, it apparently gets pretty easy, so I have that to look forward to, at least. Getting to see if leveling actually becomes easier. It's actually one of the things I kind of wanted to do today, was just sit around and try level grinding a bit in 14, just because, like, I feel kind of bad doing streams of nothing but level grinding of 14, because I feel like I'm getting overly negative on the game while I'm doing it. Admittedly, I feel like that is for good reason, but I don't, like, as much as I do sit here and I will ramble about things and I will criticize things, like, I don't enjoy being negative. And a lot of the times, I'm only bringing things up as a criticism to have something to talk about. It's not because I don't enjoy the thing. The only major exception would be something like 14, where at times, I really don't enjoy it. At all. Though those tend to be the story beats. Like, and that's just because I keep having it hyped to me as, well, it's a Final Fantasy first. It's like, yeah, but this story is trashed here. Like, there are, outside of the Final Fantasy games that basically don't have story, like, it's not really worse stories within the Final Fantasy games. Like, they're all better. So, like, yeah. It's definitely, it definitely kind of takes me out of, the game a bit when, like, especially when the game tries to do a serious moment, but then just has, like, a silly cutscene happening during the serious moment. Like, I know the person I was talking to about this tried to defend it as, oh, well, they were trying to do something serious. There was a scene where a character basically summons a basically, like, massive beast of destruction that could easily, potentially destroy the world. And as he's jumping backwards off a castle wall to his death to create this creature, he basically pulls, like, Japanese meme face number 15 as he's falling, and it's like, oh, well, that's because they had new technology and that was their first attempt at, like, properly emoting a character. It's like, yeah, and they memed it. They went with a meme, basically. Like, it would be like a Western developer trying to do a similar thing and then doing, like, the Germa smile face, like that meme, as a character's falling, doing something menacing. It's like, okay, but that's a meme. It's not, you know, it doesn't add to the scene, it takes away from it. It's like, apparently they get better about their faces. It's like, that tells me that there's probably going to be more scenes completely ruined by them doing this then. Like, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the various emotes that they use in cutscenes are dumb and very much take you out of it. Like, and it's purely because they are using their just in-game emotes in the cutscenes instead of, like, properly animating cutscenes. They basically, like, if I had to guess, what they are doing for most of their cutscenes is they basically rigged up a, you know, their base model with the language to basically call upon the player's character model. Along with, like, you know, scaling calls so like things can scale properly. Because you can change your height and size and, you know, you can do this stuff. And you can be different races that are completely different sizes. But at that point, you know, they just probably have a call for each race. And then they probably just simply played their cutscene. At least for the early cutscenes. They probably just did it in-engine, effectively playing the cutscene. And then just basically using the chat command emotes to do the various emoting they wanted done. Like, that is very much what it feels like. Which, again, given Square is a multi-million-dollar company, Final Fantasy XIV is bringing in multiple millions of dollars in revenue. That is so cheap. I would be fully accepting of that from, like, a small MMO developer. But from a developer as big as Square, that's just frustrating to see. But, like, I will say, there are parts of 14 I do like. Like, I like the old MMO feel it has going on. I do. I really like that. I like old MMOs. There's actually a game I've been debating, as much as I want to save up for Switch 2, I've been debating picking up this game around my birthday. That is basically a single-player, old-school MMO. And, like, I kind of want that. That sounds awesome. That sounds like it would exactly scratch the itch that I've got for MMOs. While also, you know, keeping me in my little antisocial bubble. Because, like, in general, like, even when playing, like, 14, I don't like partying up with other players. Though, in a game like 14, a lot of that just comes down to a lot of players seem to think they're speedrunners. Like, more than once, I have seen a tank rushing ahead, basically, you know, doing wall-to-wall pulls, grabbing the aggro of every single thing they see in sight. Then, you know, basically leaving party members behind because they're actually looking around the dungeon. They're trying to understand how the dungeon works. They're probably new, you know. And, you know, they go through all of that. Then this new player, who often when I've seen tanks do this, the obvious new player is a DPS. They'll just keep going, like, encounter a boss cutscene, the tank has skipped it, he's in the room, he's already starting to fight the boss, which basically forces the healer to either go in and help him, or, you know, risk having to basically wait for the tank to run the whole dungeon again. Usually, a lot of people will wait inside the boss areas anyway, so that, like, the healer's already tracked in there, so it's basically fight it or wipe. You know, the other DPS is probably already in there, so they're in the camp of like, well, crap, I guess I have to help fight it too, because otherwise we're just gonna wipe. Meanwhile, the new players still watching the cutscene ends, and then they're offered a, hey, do you want to teleport into the boss room? And they show up and the boss is already, like, past its first phase. Because, like, you know. And, like, quite honestly, I am in the camp of players who do that kind of thing. And I've seen it happen multiple times. A few times while streaming. More times I've seen it while not streaming, because while not streaming I've actually played with other people more. Okay, the game really is saying stop fishing. So I will stop fishing. But, like, I honestly feel like those players should get some sort of penalty, because they are ruining the experience for their fellow players. Man, I'm so bad at catching butterflies. I know you're back here. There we go. And I mean, like, if you're actually trying to, like, enjoy the cutscenes, try to enjoy the story, like, that can ruin it for you. And it's almost always people playing tanks that are like that. And it's basically the response they'll give is, well, I can do this content basically on my own, so, you know. It's like, yeah, but that shouldn't give you the right to ruin other people's experience. And, like, it is also very much a case of, I almost feel like I need to remind the person I know who plays Final Fantasy XIV that a lot of the things he's saying the game was designed for, it wasn't. Because, like, basically, when I've made mention of that to him, he's like, well, that's how the game was designed. It was designed for tanks to do wall-to-wall pulls, and everyone just needs to keep up. It's like, no, I don't think it was. And given he started on, like, when Stormblood came out, I don't think he knows what the game was designed for, or designed to play like. He knows what Stormblood was designed to be like, and at that point, well, let's be honest, just from playing through 50 to 60, the amount of power creep that happened between level 50 and 60, like, yeah, I can see them having changed dungeon philosophy because of the power creep that they added to the game. Like, a lot of early dungeons, literally the quote-unquote wall-to-wall pull, you know, at least of a lot of the early story dungeons, there isn't one of what it's described as, purely because, well, there's only like one group of enemies, then you need to pick up a key to open a door to, you know, the early dungeons were a lot more involved. They were almost puzzles to solve. Like, there is a haunted manor that you travel through, and you need to find small keys to open doors, and often there will be another small key behind that door, but if you don't manage your small keys properly, you won't actually be able to open all of the doors, and you'll miss out on some loot. Like, the dungeons early on were designed to be interesting. They were designed to be little puzzles to solve, or, you know, have a lot of flavor to them. Like, there's one early dungeon that you basically need to read notes on the wall to know what to do to open the door. It's always the exact same way to open the door, so, you know, if you've played the dungeon more than once, you probably already know how to open the door. But, for a first-time player, they're not going to know how to open the door. Not unless they realize that, oh, hey, there's notes on the wall. You know. And hey, those notes on the wall are telling you what you need to do. Like, that's cool. And that's an early dungeon. From what I understand, the later dungeons are basically nothing but effectively a hallway of mobs for you to kill, followed by a boss, followed by a hallway of mobs, followed by a boss, followed by a hallway of mobs, followed by a boss. And that's your dungeon. It's like, where'd all the flavor go? I kind of don't want to get to the later stuff if that's how it ends up. Like, crap, man. That just sounds bad. Sitting here basically just turns off the music because of what I've got playing. Let's sit over here. I really like the, noon music. I hear it a lot. So might be why I like it a lot. But that's gonna be it for this one. I'm done rambling for now. I got a lot of stuff I need to do today, so spending like 50 minutes recording this was probably longer than I really had. So, the stretch. Oh, jeez. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons, where I will try to do some paradise planning. No promises though. See you all then. And now in this end card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.